Simon, you had the Anzac guys come in and speak to the group. You're hoping that might sort of engender a bit of confidence and strength amongst the group?
Yeah, look, I think it's great. We had two soldiers come in and speak to the group, and they spoke about their values and obviously what the Anzac period means and Anzac Day means to them, and shared some of the things that are pertinent to us, especially now with some adversity. So we've got some great stories. They shared their values, and we got some great lessons. So it was terrific.
Speaking about adversity, have you seen some improvements over the last couple of weeks, or do you feel like you're going backwards?
Oh, look, I think the Sydney game, we saw some improvements last week. There's some elements that are improving, but there's some that aren't. I said after the game that we're easy to play against, and we were. We need to work harder defensively. We need to work harder around the footy. So, and we need to be more efficient when we go inside our forward 50. So everyone can see that, and we're working hard to do that.
What do you make of Paul Roos's comment yesterday that you're a genuine bottom four side?
Yeah, look, there's lots of theories out there. There's lots of comments out there. We understand that, because we're not playing to the level. So we know that's coming our way. But we're not going to respond to that. We're a united club. We're in it together. Our players are right behind each other, and we're working incredibly hard to fix it. And I think that's what our supporters, members need to know. But we're not going to go and respond to comments because we know that they're out there, and we know that because of our performances, that's what we're going to receive. So, there are lots of theories out there about us at the moment.
Bruzy also said he would know where to start to fix the number of problems you've got at the moment. Is there a particular area, or do you set one key focus this week to try and fix?
I think we just go back to re-establishing what we are as a footy club, a contest-based team that works really hard defensively with great effort and intent. So that's what we're really working hard towards as a group and as a club, and that's going to take some work. It's a system-based game that requires effort and intensity.
Have you made any decisions on team changes yet? As in, would Jeff Garlett come into the side on the back of some really strong form?
Oh, look, we've got some options there. We're coming off we have had selection, but probably not going to share that with you today.
When you go back through your review of matches, I would never accuse the players of not trying, but are you getting the absolute commitment to the contest that you want to see?
I think there's a level. If you want to be one of the best teams in the competition, there's a level that you can go to. No one goes on the ground not to try and give effort. We know that, but there's a level that's elite, and we've been to that level, and we need to get ourselves back to that level. So it's really important that we see what's required in the little things in our game that will help build and re-establish the brand that we know we're capable of playing.
Neville Jetta's knee, very disappointing for the side.
Yeah.
Do you think it was wise to play him last week, considering he had knee soreness the week before?
Yeah, he had knee soreness, but he had an incident in the game. His leg got crashed through in the first quarter, and it obviously hurt his meniscus worse. So best course of action there was to get the operation. And it was a disappointing incident in the game. It was pretty. It was a contact below the knees that caused the injury. So. We need to get that operated. He'll be out for 8 to 10 weeks and getting back playing.
How big a blow is that, just as a experienced defender back there when you are leaking goals already at the moment?
Yeah, look, he didn't play against Sydney. He gives opportunity to other guys. So I think that's a great thing. Sometimes in adversity, you find things, and you find people, you find players, you find things in your game that you can work on. And that's where we're at right now. We're finding out a lot about us as a group, and individually and collectively, that we can forge a path forward again.
So do you persevere with that zone defence, or do you change it up a bit? How do you approach that?
Are we playing zone defence, are we?
That was what I thought.
Yeah, look, as I said, there's lots of theories about how we're playing. We need to defend better. We've tried a few things that have worked and haven't worked, but we'll continue to find a method of play that hasn't changed from too much from last year, that gets us back playing well defensively, yeah.
How have you managed the 4-day break?
After?
How have you managed the 4-day break? It's such a short break between games.
Oh, the 4-day break heading into the game. Look, we've just, as you'd expect, it's about recovery. But I think when you get a short break like that, it's great, because we get a chance to get back in the battle really quickly. So it's been able to take stock, get some really key learnings, get some a plan in place for our playing group, and get back on the horse and, in a great environment. Anzac Eve, big stage, big club we're up against in Richmond. So looking forward to it.
What do you made of the Tigers over the last couple of weeks particularly?
Yeah, obviously they've had a great win against Port Adelaide, and then last week they were really solid against Sydney. They play a very similar way. They pressure really hard around the footy. They're really well set up defensively, and they score well from turnover. So, they're in some really good form, and we're going to have to really rise to the occasion and be at our best.
Just on Jordan Lewis, he had some critics post-game, and I know it's been addressed previously as well, but how have you felt about how that whole situation's been handled, his inclusion, and then I guess with the short break now, is he all good to go for tomorrow?
Yeah, look, he's good to go. He came back for his first game for the year last week. He was ready to go. He didn't perform to the level, and he's been criticised for that. But what I will defend our people around is what Jordan's given to this footy club and also to Hawthorn in the game. And I think we need to respect that. And some of those comments that are quite insulting to our people, I will defend them strongly.
There's been a report of issues with Brendan McCartney and some of the players. Is that fair?
Oh, that's another one of those myths out there. We're a united club. Our people are in it together. So we understand those things will come if we keep performing the way we perform. But he's a great footy person and really well valued in our organisation.
In hindsight, in the off-season, were there any signs that some of the guys got ahead of themselves?
Oh, look, as I said, that's another myth and story out there.
I know you're not going to speak about selection, but you had a few guys play limited game time in the game against Australia of the under-18 team. So are those guys in the frame? Speak about Stretch, Kilty, Tim Smith, those sorts of players.
Yeah, look, they're all in the mix.
Yep.
Everyone's in the mix, even the guys that played a full game. But yeah, we took some precaution, but we wanted to get some game time into some guys. So they're all in the mix, and that'll be revealed later tonight.
How are you holding up yourself? I mean, I'd imagine it's probably one of the bigger challenges of your young coaching career. How are you finding it?
Yeah, look, it is. I think adversity and obviously being in the position that we're in is a new thing for me as a coach, and I'm actually relishing this because you learn a lot about yourself as a coach. So as we work our way through this together as a club and as a coach and as a coaching group and playing group, we're going to learn a lot, and I'm learning a lot at the moment. And my sole focus is about getting our team and our club function in a way where we can perform to the level, and I'm really looking forward to that challenge.
Are you surprised where you sit at 1-5 after almost 6 rounds?
We're 1-4.
1-4, sorry.
Good, I was
It's
a bit
not
concerned
nuts.
there, but yeah, look, you want to be better. We expect more of ourselves. We don't want to be 1-4. We understand that, but we're working hard to get that back on track, and there's still plenty to play for.
How do you juggle, Simon? I guess there's so much negativity outside the club, and I imagine there'd be some harsh words inside the club, but also trying to balance that when you're internally.
Just keep looking for a way forward about how we're going to play our best footy, keep learning, keep getting better, stay united, and keep forging a pathway forward and re-establish what our DNA is as a footy club. And if we keep working towards that and keep focusing on that and not worrying about the noise, we'll be just fine.